If you have answered yes to question 80, if you cast your vote, this was interesting. If you cast your vote, did you feel that your vote was cast in secret at the polling station? 87.9% said yes, 11% said no, which was roughly 137 respondents. Some of them made comments, some didn't make comments. And so I looked at this, plus the next question that we have. Next, please. Next. Yes, on the whole, do you believe that your vote is secret? So I looked at both of this and then I looked at the comments. Top of the list, why do people feel that their vote, they are not really that satisfied? Majority are satisfied, let's not get that wrong. 85% to 89% are very that the whole process makes them feel that everything is a secret. But for the rest who feel differently, what was top of the list in some of the answers that they gave was, just let me find this for a moment. Top of the list was not the serial number. Top of the list was our flimsy, curtainless ballot paper, polling booth. That was top of the recurring reason or citation was this. And I think that is so fixable. It's so fixable. People feel exposed. Second top of the list was the milling around or whatever of election officials around this overexposed triangular little bits in the center. So it became a combination of both that made the individual feel that their vote was not really that secret and they must really go further into the booth and put my cross. That was what it was. The third reason, yes, the serialized numbers. That was the next that came up. So that was the third reason, right, which was interesting. And back again, back. Thank you. What was your overall assessment of the conduct of election officials? Good was only 2/3. Satisfactory was 1/3. Next, please. Please rate overall conduct of the polling agents of the political parties. This went even further down. 53% found polling agents good. Satisfactory was about just more than 35%. These were the things that came back through the polling survey. So we made some recommendations very directly on that. More intense public education for the electorate on the whole polling process. More one-source training for the election officials. The elections department is an independent department, so we have been told. Then they should conduct training for everybody and then the political parties can take over to further improve the training for their own ends. But we do see some inconsistencies that we feel need to be addressed by one source training to get everybody on the same page. Removal of the micro-zoning practice at the polling stations. After all, the ballot paper is the ballot paper. Why into another prescribed box? Ballot papers and validity, I'm coming to counting, hang on. Overseas voters who also commented felt that they were really at a loss. All they did was to turn up at the high commissions and then they were directed to some zone and then you cross. There's a big information gap from the few that have given comments. So whether that is really a summer or a swallow, I wouldn't know. The shouting out of names. That made a lot of people also uncomfortable. And they felt that in some instances, not only you shout out my name, you also shout out a number. So they say, why the double thing? Why? And then I'm thinking, why do we need to shout out the names? Is that the only? Okay, so I don't know what is the decibel level or what is it that we need to do when the shouting is concerned. The other one is, can we look at that? That's what we are asking for recommendation. Election officials should not be resident committee members. That election officials should not be resident committee members. in that area. So direct them to another area and let them volunteer over there, because it seems that in some places the familiarity, hello, come in or whatever, I don't know what was said on the ground, or just a smile seemed to give maybe indirect pressure. It is not very clearly articulated, right? The disabled, to ensure that the elderly and the disabled person is given a family member plus an election official, two persons to help that person, rather than they go together either with the election official or with just a family member who also doesn't know quite what to put down. And bring in polling polls that offer more privacy, and to ensure that this was really amazing. We know which CC that was because we did a back-end a CCTV over the polling station. And when the person looked up, apparently it was all in masking tape. But the person said, yeah, it's in masking tape. But how am I to know really that, maybe we didn't have enough polling stations this time around. To do away with the serial number if it is still a problem. And this one is another one that came up. Interesting stories. One story that is that a mother came with two young kids, and she was told you cannot bring them to the polling station. You have to go home and leave them at home. And she said there's nobody at home. Can I just leave them at the gate? And she was told nobody is going to look after them. Whose responsibility? So we are going to have these kind of scenarios. We are going to have more elderly. Another one elderly, she wanted to drive in, drop her mother off, but was told you cannot down what is yes and what is no, and is even given pictures. We have a history of running so many elections. Why is it that the consistency? Because in some of the records, this is how thick the file is of emails coming back to us of various stories from counting centers. And some of the stories is that it is accepted, sometimes it's not accepted. Can we collate all these and have a little booklet by now of what has been said against you? Because we are all funny people. We know we have to put a cross, but we will put the cross in a funny manner, and the one on yawning break, guys even write go to hell, and then it's accepted as yes, it's a yes for that party, and I'm quite just ask the party to go to hell. So it's very, very odd, some of the positions, right? Yeah. Yes, so on counting, I just want to raise some issues that have come back as emails. There seems to be quite a lot of areas where polling agents are upset with each other. My party got 3. How come yours, the handover takes so long? Apparently, you shouldn't have more than 3 persons at any one time. How is it that your handover is not instant? You sit there, you check, and nobody is telling you to get out. So all these are coming back as minute detail, which is good. Because then I think when we write to elections department, we can say that these are samples, these are examples. Well, we all want to believe that our quality is always top-notch. We do have lapses. So the training of our folks is very important. Marua for this round has just done the simplest of all when monitoring is concerned. Polling and counting we fail. We just are getting stories. But the next round, I hope more of us will jump onto the bandwagon, and because we need a lot of people. We also wrote to election department asking them whether we can become observers in the polling stations. We never got a reply, but guess where did the reply go to? This is so interesting. Our election department sent a reply to the reporter of News Straits Times from Malaysia, who asked them, what are you doing about Marua's request? And the answer was that we do not regard them as observers. That I learned through a report from Malaysia. So I hope going forward we will really do that. Civil society, as Chairman has said, is part and parcel of the framework of this society.